Hey everyone, this is Jen Polson. Welcome to my Facebook Live today. We'll just wait for a second. And anyway, I'm sitting in my bedroom in front of this really cool barn door. I always wanted a barn door in my house. They're kind of the trendy thing right now. And I'm wearing this cute new t-shirt that my client and friend, Michelle McCauley of Golden Arrow, she made this. It says, "I believe in you." It's got these super cute sleeves. And anyway, I'm really excited. And this t-shirt material is super comfy. So if you aren't aware yet, but at our summit, our Success Summit in Salt Lake, right before the doTERRA convention on September 6th, everyone that comes gets one of these amazing t-shirts that Golden Arrow has created, especially for us. And so I'm really excited about that. So I just wanted you to know, I wanted you to see how cute they are. So anyway, I'm really excited about this Facebook Live today because I want to share a couple of experiences and give you a few tips. Hey you guys, thanks for coming on. Yay, Jessica, I'm so glad you're going to be there. Okay, let me gather my thoughts for a second. So yesterday, some of you may have seen the post that I made late last night, but yesterday I went up to Atlanta because a friend of mine, a client, her husband passed away last week, and I have this really amazing group of women clients in the Atlanta area, and they were all just gathering around this sweet woman as she was going through, all the things that you have to go through when you have a loss of someone close to you. And my heart was there, so I just couldn't not go. And so I was able to drive up there and rearranged my schedule at the last minute. So thank you, anyone who was on my schedule yesterday, for being patient with me and having to rearrange at the last minute. But anyway, I wanted to share kind of a funny experience that happened. Only funny because, well, I'll just tell you what happened. So there's this sweet woman who came up to me, right before the funeral started, and she gave me a hug and said how much she, liked watching my stuff on Facebook. And hey, you guys, thanks for coming on. And then after the funeral, we were in the lobby and we were chatting, and she was introducing me to somebody. And anyway, she said, "Jen, I really think what you do is great. I don't believe a word of it." And it kind of caught me off guard for a second. And I was just totally in the moment and noticing how I felt and noticing that didn't bother me at all. And then I noticed, some of the really cool things about that whole interaction. First of all, she had the guts to tell me how she felt and tell me her authentic truth. That is huge, right? Okay, how many times do we do that? We really tell somebody, our truth. And she did. She said it in a loving, just truthful, authentic, she was being her sweet self and just sharing, sharing how she personally felt. And then I was thinking about, oh my gosh, my reaction. It didn't bother me at all. It didn't knock me off guard. I was just able to smile and realize that, hey, maybe she needs some more education. Maybe she's just not ready yet. And I was able to tell her, when I first heard about mindset and energy coaching, I was the biggest skeptic out there. So I knew exactly how she felt. But, you know, if I'm really honest, if she would have said that to me, if that conversation would have happened a couple years ago, maybe even a year ago, I'm not sure, but that might have like crushed me. And to realize that I have done enough, you know, work on myself to be able to stand in my power and know that, you know, what I do is what, you know, God has put me on this earth to do, and that my job is just to help people, and if someone doesn't get it, that's totally okay. Like, it's totally fine. And really just being able to be in this place of confidence. And you guys, I'm sharing that with you because that wasn't me. That wasn't me a few years ago. And that's what I love about the work that I do, is that it gets us to places where we can, you know, not only show up as let me say that again. Not only can we show up as our authentic selves, but we can allow others to be their authentic selves and just be okay. And I just thought that was such a great experience, and I wanted to share that with you because you guys can get there too. So I want you to notice, like, do you, you know, are you easily offended by things that people say? Are you shushing your children when they are telling the truth to somebody else? How many times did I do that as a mom? You know, like when my kids are, why is that person, you know, I don't know, whatever. Or why, or even just like saying, well, I'll give you an example. Grace, my youngest, she's so intuitive. She would call me out all the time, like, Mom, you're trying to manipulate me to get me to do that. Mom, you're trying to, you know, I don't know, whatever she would say, but she's really great at calling me out when I have an underlying motive going on. And so that helps me to be able to change the way I say things and come from a more authentic place so that I'm not living my life trying to manipulate people into doing what I want them to do. Okay, let's see. Gloria has a question. What about when that person is your husband and his authentic self is to kind of be a jerk about your work? Oh, that is such a great question. Let's see. One of the most amazing gifts we can give other people is the gift of allowing them their own space to learn and grow. I will be honest, there were times, like when I first started my work, that my husband would kind of make jokes about it in front of other people, and it would really hurt my feelings, and I wouldn't say anything about it for a while. And then I started, you know, clearing more of my own stuff, and I, you know, finally one day I said to him, I said that, you know, when you make a joke about what I do, it discredits me in front of those people, and they may need my help. But if you know, my partner, are discrediting me, my husband, the one that's supposed to have my back, you know, is discrediting me, then, you know, that affects the energy of my business. And he got that. And I was able to say it in a loving way, and he never, you know, he never did that again. He still teases me, but yeah, not in front of other people. And Jessica, yes, lavender on your throat, spearmint on your throat, that really helps to open up that communication. And then also remember too that sometimes when people are critical, our hearts, we tend to shut down our hearts, okay? We don't want that. We think it's protecting us, but what it's doing is it's like, it's draining our personal power and our personal power. So if you have marjoram oil, get that over your chest so that you can stay, your heart can stay open, and you can be authentic and speak your truth, and just keep speaking your truth. And also realize that when when other people are, have criticisms about us, a lot of times they're just projecting their own fears and their own self-criticisms onto you. And I mean, I've done that before to people. We all do that. It's kind of a human thing to do, but we can be aware of it and change that behavior. And so a lot of times what happens with me, or what has happened, and I still have to work on this, but if someone's criticizing me, especially if it's someone close to me, then my first reaction is anger. And so what I practice doing is like taking a step back and stopping whatever stories I've got in my head, because a lot of times my brain will go, what a jerk, he doesn't get it, he doesn't support me, and blah blah blah. Those stories, you've got to stop those, because that's usually not what's going on in the other person's mind. Okay, so if you can really practice taking a step back when you feel like someone is criticizing you, and recognize, okay, just stay in my own power. And one way you can do that is just like put your hand over your heart here, and that helps keep you connected to your heart. Or you can tap right there. That helps keep you connected to your heart. And just wait to respond. And ask questions. You can ask, why do you say that? That, and I mean, you don't want to give people the power to hurt your feelings, right? But you could say something like, those words are hurtful. Those words sounded sarcastic. I feel like I don't feel supported when you make comments like that. So you're not giving anyone the power to to make you feel a certain way, or taking your power away. Let's see what Jessica says. I have a hard time pausing before a response. Yeah, that's because our brain goes into fight or flight mode. Okay, when we perceive that we're in danger, whether it's emotional danger or physical danger, our brain goes into fight or flight. So practice taking the pause, and allow yourself, like, be kind and gentle with yourself, and allow yourself that time to practice and get used to having a different response. And that, it just takes some practice. That's all I've got on that one. But thank you for the question. I'm glad you brought that up, because it is a real thing. And one of the other things that comes up a lot that I've noticed, and I've been noticing it more often with my clients, is, when you're doing a lot of personal development, it can make the people around you feel a little uncomfortable. And when that happens, sometimes it does come out in criticism or anger or frustration. And that's another opportunity for you to be able to just take that breath, take that step back, and realize, that what the truth is. And the truth is that somebody else might just be coming from a place of pain. And when we understand that people come from a place of fear and pain when they say hurtful things, then we can give them that space, and we can be more calm when we're ready to talk about it. Okay, Ginny says, I try to talk in first person instead of saying you made me feel. Try I'm feeling. Yeah, that's a great suggestion too. So it's all about really standing in your personal power through any situation. And like I said, it just takes practice, so keep going. Okay, so the next little thing I wanted to share from yesterday, it really just touched my heart so much, when the person who was speaking about the one who passed on said, I'm going to summarize it, but it was something like, think about how many lives, Ed has blessed and throughout his lifetime, and allow that to inspire you to bless other people's lives. And I loved that. It was like, recognize, if you were one of the people that was affected by his life, don't let that feeling go to waste. Be someone in the world who is taking advantage of what you have to offer the world, and the blessing that you can be in the world. That just really touched my heart yesterday, and it was such a great reminder. Like, no matter what, whether we are happy, whether we are sad, whether we're angry, whether we're in a place of joy, we're affecting the world. We're affecting the people around us. And we get to choose. Like, we really do have a choice. And if you're in a place in your life where you feel like, this is just my life, I don't have any choice, this is the way I feel, I wake up depressed every morning, I have anxiety all the time, this is just me, I can't change it, this is, or I have bad luck all the time, or I never have enough money, or I can't get the love that I want. I mean, if that's where you are in your life, like, I'm just here to tell you, like, you don't have to stay there. You don't. You have a choice. There are ways to heal. There are ways to change the way that you feel about yourself. When we're trying to make those changes in our lives, a lot of times we are wanting the outside, what's going on the outside, to affect how we feel on the inside. It's totally opposite, though. If you want things on the outside to be better, then you've got to change how you're feeling about yourself, about your life, on the inside first. And that's what I love to help people do. I have people really curious about, what is energy work? It sounds a little strange. I've never heard of that before. I'm a believer in God, and I don't know if that goes along with my beliefs in God. And so I want to assure you that my intentions are to help open up that connection to God, because a lot of times we have so much emotional junk. I was talking to a client this morning, and we were working on clearing some things about believing that her body was able to heal, and believing that she could be happier, and believing that she could make herself a priority to take care of her. And we were talking about, God can do miracles, and he can bless us, and he can give us this abundance. But we were talking about how if we don't believe it, if we don't believe that we're worth it, that those blessings can be for us, if we just don't believe that it's possible, if we're saying things to ourselves like, I'm just so stressed out, nothing is working, it doesn't matter how many blessings are falling down around you, you won't see them. And so what my team and I do is we help you retrain your brain. Okay, our brain is so amazing, and it has the ability to really shift what's going on inside of you. But you have to teach it how to do that, because a lot of times, we grow up, hearing a lot of negative things, especially like about money, or about relationships, or about luck, or about, just about anything. Sometimes we hear a lot of criticisms about who we are. And so all of those criticisms get stuck and in our brains, and our brain is just going to believe whatever you focus on. And so having a coach help you to see where you can tweak things and really help you understand how to retrain what's been going on in your brain for so many years is going to put you in a whole different place of power. So you don't, like, if you're like unsure about the whole energy part of it, like, let that go, because it's not, you don't have to focus on what you don't understand, because when you start coaching with us, we're gonna walk you through all of that, and it's gonna be super easy and joyful. And my team and I are learning so much more about how the brain works and a lot of the science behind that, and we're going to be, I'm going to be talking about that at our Success Summit in September. So I'm really, really excited to do this, and we've already started implementing some of these new techniques with our clients, and it's working really well. Okay, so Kelly says, sometimes I didn't see it. That's what you helped me with. Yeah, it's hard to see our own stuff. But you'll be able to see it easier and easier as you practice. And we're here to help encourage you to practice that. So anyway, okay, so takeaways from today's message. Really be aware of allowing yourself to show up authentic. I saw something in passing, I think on social media last night, where a question was posed. Was that response nice, or was it real? Okay, so think about that. Think about, are you withholding your own voice, your own feelings, your own authenticity? Are you withholding your light in any way, shape, or form to make somebody else feel comfortable, or so people won't feel uncomfortable, so they won't be upset? Are you just going through life being nice, or are you going through life being real? And we just get to practice being real, practice showing up our most authentic selves. And as you do that, it's going to be easier for you to allow other people to show up as their authentic selves. So when they tell you, you're doing great, but I don't believe a word you're doing, I don't believe a word of it, you'll be like, that's okay, I gotcha, it's all good. That was one of the sweetest moments, really, of introspection for me. So if you're just hopped on, you didn't hear the story about that, but you can go back and listen to the beginning and hear that story. Okay, a couple little housekeeping items. We still have room at our Success Summit in Salt Lake on September 6th, 10 a.m. We're actually going to open the doors early, so you guys can come early at between 9:15 and 9:30 to start registering. I have a really special surprise for everyone that comes early. I don't know if I'm gonna reveal it or not. I'm not right now, but if you come early, you're gonna have a really special gift. And it's going to be an experience. I'll tell you that much, okay? And then also, we will be there early, of course, and so you'll get a little chance to interact with my team and I if you come early. Get registered. We're going to start right at 10 o'clock. So we've still got room for that if you want to come. Also, let's see, what else was I going to share with you guys? Maybe that's it. Oh, we do have a new group coaching program. We were finding that we had some people slipping through the cracks, waiting for groups to start. So we've started, you may have seen this in your email already, just wanted to throw this out there. We have 2 rolling groups. And so one of them is on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time with me. and you can join that group anytime. We're just going to be going, it's an 8-week package. You can come for the 8 weeks. You can re-sign up if you want to. You can join anytime. You're not going to be missing anything. It's just everything is going to be by theme. And so then we have one at 7:30, I believe, Central Standard Time with Hillary. And so we're getting that started. We actually have a lot of room in that class, in that group right now. So we're giving that 8-week package for the 6-week price. So $350 for 8 one-hour group coaching calls. We're doing that on Zoom, so we get to see you when we're coaching you. So that's really fun. Yeah, so if you guys are interested in that, just reach out, because we've got room for you there, and it's a really great way to just get started with coaching for a really great deal. So, okay, Robin, love the way you lovingly change the way we think about our situations and thought patterns. Very healthy to make these changes. Thank you. All right, you guys, thanks for being here. If you feel like this little video would inspire someone that you know and love, please feel free to share it. And I will look forward to talking to you next week. And yeah, until then, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Okay, you guys, thanks for being here. Love you. Bye.